Welcome to Maui, and this is a 1974 Mini Cooper. It is the perfect car for this island. It's about 60 horsepower, stock was 40, so there has been some work done to it. It's got upgraded SU carburetors, it's got some head work done, cams, it's got disc brakes in the front, it's got a full roll cage, it's got racing bucket seats. It's really quite a cool car, and it's perfect for the roads out here. So let's take it for a drive and I'll talk you through it a little bit. We're gonna have to take a U-turn. We're gonna go back up and head towards Kahului. So the first thing you notice when we get in is the hazards are flashing, and that's because the immobilizer has gone off. The immobilizer is very sensitive. So before we can start the car, we just need to shut the immobilizer off with the key fob, and the car starts up like a charm every time. Just like that. So this car also has a short shifter, so the throws on the shifter are very, very short. Now, as you'll see, the turning radius on this car is absolutely fantastic. Oh, there go the windshield wipers. So one thing to note with right-hand drive is on a narrow road like this, it's actually really convenient because you can get really far over to the edge to let people by. So in that respect, it's actually quite nice. There aren't too many merges like getting onto highways, because there aren't highways in Maui. So that, you know, that difficulty with right-hand drive doesn't really matter quite as much on Maui. The other thing is the car itself is so small, it's very easy to place. Steering in this car, fantastic. It is unassisted, so when you're going slowly, it is a bit heavy. But once you get going, like we are now, anything above 20, steering is fine. I mean, even at low speeds, it's manageable. Brakes are only lightly assisted, so you really have to cram on that brake pedal before you start getting any sort of braking. Once you get into the braking zone on it and get really far down on the pedal, it has a lot of braking power. The car is extremely light. I'm not sure exactly how much it weighs, but I would say probably 1,500 pounds or less. The original owner back in the UK, he actually put some carbon fiber parts. I noticed the boot lid, that's carbon fiber, so there might be carbon fiber elsewhere. I noticed the tub here is carbon fiber. So it's a very, very light car. That 60 horsepower, while it may not sound like a lot, it's more than enough to get this thing moving. Got a 4-speed transmission. On a road like this, you spend most of your time in second gear. It really likes to rev. The party doesn't really get started until above 4 grand. Oh, and the horn. You have to use the horn on roads like this sometimes to get around the corners, but it's quite an interesting sounding horn. Most people have never heard a horn that sounds quite like this. Kind of cute. In this car, you end up right on people's trumpets. I don't get too close to them. I don't want to ruin their vacation. But yeah, this is the classic Mini. This is a Mark III, so 3rd generation. Before the Mark I believe, was the Austin 7. I'm not sure. People that know their Mini history a little bit better could probably tell you, oh, thank this person so much. So what made these cars revolutionary was they were very affordable and they could seat 4 people. Now obviously you can't with the roll cage in this car, but the reason they could do that at such such an affordable price was by making the car front-wheel drive and putting the motor transversely in the front. I believe it's the first mass-produced transverse 4-cylinder. So because of that, the engine being mounted transversely, it doesn't impede into the cabin, and it gives a lot more space inside of the car without the need for a long hood. So that's what keeps this Mini's footprint very square. It makes for a really good handling car. Now, while I am not typically partial to the sound of 4-cylinder engines, this particular one sounds absolutely fantastic. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this quick little walkthrough of the classic Mini. And if you're ever in Maui, feel free to reach out to David of Maui Mini Go. He rents this car out along with some other really cool things. He's got a Lotus Elise and a Cayman R. He's also got a Morgan 3-wheeler. His collection is really, really cool. Really awesome guy. If you're ever in Maui, definitely check him out. But for now, that's it. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.